Hello, everyone. This is Hachiri, and we're back in FTB Interactions. Now, I was trying to do a recording while I was doing a bunch of stuff. Realized it was just taking forever, so I ended up canceling that recording. But we're gonna get this one up today. And what we're gonna go over today is first just a quick catch up. Now, this right here is something that Hekara set up over here because he saw me constantly going up and down through my holes here. And basically what you do is you right click it and it just sends you down. It's like a little elevator. And lets you go up and down like so. So what we worked on is during the last stream, for those on YouTube, is we worked on getting the AE system all connected. We had the drive set up. We got all of that done and moved and taken care of. The other thing is I made it to where we don't really need this anymore because we're using lubricant. So we're going to rip this out here shortly and get that stuff done. Now, the other thing we're going to be working on is getting our chemicals cleaned up. Now, as you see, I have channels going this way. I have channels getting ready to go that way to that side, as well as this direction. And we're going to run the lines through. Now, we may need to make some adjustments for this, but we'll get all of that worked through. And get what we need done for this. Now, what we've been working on for the last day or so, outside of getting all of this connected and ready to go, is getting things prepared to set up our chemicals, our new chemical system, and getting it all connected to the ME system. Now, I do want to kind of show you the inside of this, just so you can see that the inside, every single one of the ports on the inside are connected and in use. The only one not having P2P connections set up right now is the bottom, because we haven't built the area for the bottom yet. And plus, I need the center one to be able to go in and out right now. So once we end up using all of the inside ports for various things, at that point in time, we will set up this central port because we will no longer need to go inside here once it's set up. And yeah, so that's basically kind of how that looks. There's not an even amount for each one, but each one has a primary network and then a sub network, as you see here. And that's what's important. The other thing we did is we did get all of the ME drive set up. We got 32 on each corner here. This one is going to be fluids. As you see, we have 10 64K fluid drives. That is just the start. Will we fill all of this with drives? Maybe. Will we fill it all with chemicals? Doubtful. This is our item drives. Now, right now, we actually do come close to filling all of these off and on, depending on what's going on. So, we will probably fill and use all 32 of these drives for this. This section is going to be used for Thaumcraft Essence. Now, I'm not 100% certain how the Thaumcraft add-on for AE works. I will figure that out. I'll do a little research offline, figure out how it works, and we'll get this set up as well and move our Thaumcraft stuff over here. And then we have this little dirt line. And what this dirt line is basically where I'm going to place the lazy AE 8x8 cube. I was thinking of putting it right here. I may end up putting it elsewhere. But that was the thought, is sticking it right here. Because I don't really have a need for any more drives. Like, these are probably more drives, to be truthful, than I will ever need. But this right here, I don't know. I'm not 100% set on that. That's why I haven't built it yet. But it's there. Now we do have these. This panel right here is going to be our pattern terminal. It's not built yet. But as you can see, we can access all of our stuff in here. And do what we need to do. We have no interfaces, so this doesn't matter. And that's basically where we left off. I did make the die mixer using die chickens to produce the dies, and we got the various laser lenses down here and making various dies, and that's basically how I'm dyeing all of my cabling down there. We got that because we're going to be going through a lot of dies, so that's just like a temporary thing. I'll probably, once we get all the cabling set up, we'll probably toss the dies that we are not going to use, and we'll go from there with that. We'll go from there with that and see where we get. Now, I still have a lot of configuration and stuff to do. We still got to get a lot of the drums and stuff made, and I think I'm going to start working on that sooner rather than later. Just to kind of get things sorted. And this is just one of many steps needed, because once we have all the fluids and chemicals in the AE system, we can start working on getting all of our automation made, getting our circuits automated, getting our soldering alloys and all of that automated, our pumps, just getting everything automated. And that's really the ultimate goal of this. It's taken a while. I didn't have a whole lot of automation when I started this, simply because it didn't exist when we started this pack. And I was going to do Super Factory Manager, but we've done several tests with it, and we've just run into a lot of issues with it as far as performance goes. If it was a single player and not a multiplayer server, Super Factory Manager would have been perfect. But because of the fact that it's multiplayer and it does take a lot of resources to run right now, as of the last test we did a while back, I don't know if that's still the case. There's a chance the issue has been handled, whatever's causing it. But basically, if you have a Super Factory Manager set up, just a single one, and it has a decent amount of processes, it will bring the server to a crawl. So it's definitely an issue, and we don't know why. It's apparently been reported before a long time ago, so we don't know what's causing it. We don't know if it's exclusive to multiplayer. We don't know if it's a conflict with another mod. I just know that's what it's doing. When I profiled it, it was well over 600,000 ms. It was crazy. So we can't use that. Now, they did add logistical pipes. We could have done logistical pipes, and that would have been awesome. But logistical pipes didn't exist when I was doing early game, so we never bothered with it, and at this point we're already in AE. So now that we're in AE, I feel that because of the volumetric mod and because of Atomic mod and all the other things we have available to us through AE, it makes sense not to do logistic pipes. Now, I'll probably do a short episode where I show off logistic pipe automation and AE automation with volumetric, just to kind of show the different ways and how it works. so that you guys, when you're playing early game, you can take a look and be like, oh, that's how I do that. That's probably what I'll do. That way you can learn from all of my nightmarish experiences that I've dealt with. But other than that, I'm probably, for my main automation, it's all going to be AE. AE all the way. Now, first, though, we got to get a lot of drums made. Specifically, I need, I believe, 36 drums made. 36. So we're going to get that done. Now, let's see. Did I ever... I don't see it there. Did I ever make the charcoal dust? I did. Alright. So we're going to throw a few things in here for right now. I have the Nature's Compass because I spent last night's stream searching for a mansion. Never found it. I still do not know where the flark we're going to get a Vindicator from. But that's what I was searching for. I was searching for a Vindicator. I was searching for so long that I actually covered 20K plus worth of area. And like, if you follow, you can see that I had several sections where I just basically went off and was hitting every single one. Looking for a mansion using the compass. And so a lot of chunks were loaded, a lot of area was loaded. It was a long time. We left off at this one way up here at 25K and still no mansions, like none. And then on top of that, I also went ahead and checked the configurations. Not a single dungeon has a Vindicator in it. None. Not one. They do not spawn in any dungeon. They do not exist in that regard. So really, the only way to get a Vindicator is to find a mansion. And I have yet to find one. So when I do find one, I'm probably going to claim it so that people can't destroy the spawners. And then I'm going to set a teleport or something so that people can go to it just to get the thing out of the way. Or I'm going to grab a hold of the mob. Let me see. Is there a spawner thing I can do? I don't see one. I just see the stabilized mob spawner. So I may bring a wyvern core to it, stabilize it, grab it, and then drag it somewhere so that people can get their Vindicator kills, because that's a little ridiculous at how rare that is, and you need it to complete the overworld. The other thing that's driving me nuts that I noticed on this, and this is just a bit of a ramble, notice how I'm 99% on this. Now if I click this, you see this one's complete, but it still says 99%. Nothing I do completes this section 100%. It's always 99. And I don't know if it's 99 because I need to do all these other ones. I honestly don't know. I've actually already completed all the research. I don't need any of these commands. And when you run the command, it unchecks it. See, it's unchecked now. And it's still 99. So I don't know if this percentage is 99 just because you need to complete all of these as well. That is a possibility. And what am I missing on this one? I'm missing apparently a gem. So if I grab one of these, that completes that chapter. And we'll grab that cluster because that is apparently the rarest one to actually get. So we'll plop that down and smash it and get our crystal. And then shove you in there. Alright, so that completed that. So that one's complete. What am I missing on you? Apparently just going to Aurelia. Vitium plates, nether star lens, terra steel blocks. Okay. We can upgrade this altar. We may end up doing that. Tungsten steel, and yeah, we already have all the stuff to make these. So we could actually complete this now. And then mana. We just need the flower, the mono leaf, and I guess getting credit for killing Gaia, even though we've killed Gaia. And then getting a dice of fate. So we'll take a look at that. And I'll look into this as well when I move my stuff over. All right, so back on task, because I went on a bit of a ramble there. So this is going to take a while to move all the chemicals. We're going to get it done. We're going to get the parts made, but it's going to take us a little bit. Like, this is probably going to be a multi-hour task, if I'm being honest. But what I'll be doing is, as I'm making each part and each component, I'm probably going to be like skipping for YouTube, you know, pausing the video between crafts, just to save you guys some time so you can see me building all of the stuff, doing the configurations and whatnot. But you don't have to watch me go through all of it and clearing out the tanks and emptying everything and doing all of the long menial stuff that's going to take hours on end to do. And I think that's what I'm probably going to try to do from now on, is since I do try to stream regularly while I'm building and collecting materials and doing things of that nature, I pretty much always stream while I'm doing that. And the reason being is just so that certain individuals don't complain that I'm not streaming while I'm working on stuff. But that's pretty much the only reason, because otherwise, you know, there's not a whole lot of reason to stream while I'm mining, or to stream while I'm getting beaten around like a ping pong. But then again, you guys like seeing me getting beaten around like a ping pong ball. So, maybe there's a benefit to it. So yeah, let's get our charcoal dust. Let's make our steel, because we're gonna need it. And let me see how many stacks I have here. 10, 12 stacks? Yeah, 12 stacks. Okay. And I'll just put you in here for now. It's going to fill up both slots, but hey, it doesn't need both slots, so that's okay. Iron. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And that will produce crude steel, which will flop in there later. All right. So while we're waiting on the crude steel to finish, that's 10, 20, 30, that's 32. That's 34. And that's 36. All right, and then would it be 3? Yeah, I guess it would be. Okay. I'm pretty sure these two are rods and these are all plates. My math may be horribly wrong, but I'm pretty sure that these are plates and these need to be rods for the drums. All right, so we'll let that cook. How are you blowing through things? Oh, you could making good time, making good time. All right, so we gotta wait on that. While we're waiting on that, let's kind of take a look and calculate the channels. We're gonna need 1, 2, 3 channels per thing. Let me think here. 1, 2, 3. An importer, an exporter, and an ME emitter. So yeah, 3 channels per. So we're probably gonna use the full set of colors possibly, because we're only gonna get 2 chemicals, or we're only gonna get 10 chemicals per channel set. All right, let's see if we have dense cables ready. I think I do, but I might not. I have 35. Did I end up making the... Oh, I did make the covered cables. Alright, so that's good. I did at least remember to do that. I'll have to process some glowstone soon, but that's fine. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll just turn all these into dense cables. And actually, I may have preemptively gone down too quickly. Let's go up. Now, initially, I've been debating where I'm going to build this initially. Because, like, I got to empty all of this. But I think I'm going to build it here. I think that's where I'm going to build it. So, as such, I'm probably going to start from this end and work my way down. So I got this right here. Now we kind of know this is where it's going to be. And then here's the cable tunnel that I built. And yeah. All right. So we're going to build ourselves a little path to the cable tunnel over here. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't care if it's perfect. I just care I know where I'm going. Because I'll add all the aesthetics and stuff for things later. And I think for right now, what we'll do is we'll just send the primary network this way. Because we'll probably be building around all of this later. And I mean, this will be changing. There'll be a conduit tunnel for all of this later. But right now, the important thing is getting the line laid out. All right. All right, so that gets us out to about here. Which is fine. That's a good amount of line right there. So now that we have that cable laid out, I don't know if it was an eclipse or not. Let's find out real fast. It would be nice if it was, but I'm not seeing it. So, no hologram for us. Did I put the P2P networks in here? Importers, yada yada, da, 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 no. Nope, nope, nope. So we gotta pull it out. P2P. And we'll want our memory card. So I think as we do subsections of this, we will be having cables going around. And I think I'm gonna need more Fluix cable made. Do I still have the Teflon in you? No. I do have some smart cables still though, so that's good. We'll be okay then. As long as I have some smart cables, that's all that matters. And yeah, all right. Now it looks like the drums and stuff are made. So we're going to be using this rod. Huh, the hammer died. All right. Let's see. Should we make a tungsten steel hammer? I mean, we could. Do I have tungsten steel? I do. But I don't have a hammer to actually make the hammer. Chiseled from any other mold. Alright, alright. What's a mold I don't use often? The gear mold. And why do I have seeds? Get rid of you. Alright. There's my chisel. Hammerhead. And is it a single stick that's used with? Yeah, just a stick. And hopefully tungsten steel has enough durability. I didn't check. I probably should have checked. It's got durability, all right, but not quite what I was expecting. All right. And there we go. There's our 36 drums. Trying to think about how I want to set it up, because I know I can only do rows of 10. So I'm wondering, do I want to have a cable strip going up with lines going this way? That may be what I want. And then I'll have the conduits in between the rows. Actually, yeah, let's do it that way. And then depending on how things go, I'll raise it accordingly. Actually, I want it there. Yeah. All right, and so we have the dense cable coming out of there. And then we'll have individual cables coming from this. Actually, do I have the emitters? I do. Let's do this. Let's have export bus here. This will go into the wireless node right there. import bus. Ain't gonna work like that, I don't think. I think it needs to point to it. I think that's the case. It needs to point to it. But I'm not 100% on that. We'll find out. We'll find out if that triggers it. If not, we'll have to adjust. Active without signal, right, with signal. And are above or equal to limit, okay. Yeah, I have a feeling this actually is not going to work the way I intended. But what I can do is this. All right, I think I know what I'm doing with this now. Now that I see that I got it set up like that. So that's basically how it has to look. So each one of these is going to be like this. I don't want it sticking out like that, so what I'll do is like that maybe. Will this be cleaner? That's a little cleaner. Yeah, that's a little cleaner. And with it being set up like that, I can then have like another block and then the other redstone stuff over here. And we can just keep it going that way. And just repeat this every 2 blocks. I think that's what we'll end up doing. So this is basically a miniature setup of how this is going to work. And what we're going to do is, just as a demonstration, we're going to grab this right here. And we're going to map this first one to oxygen. So it's going to import, you know, oxygen. Truth be told, I don't need that and that one. I need it right here, the bottom one, because I want this to export. And then the fluid emitter. And I'm thinking this is, I don't know if this is buckets or millibuckets. Let's take a quick look. ME fluid level emitter. Looks like it says it's millibuckets. So then this would need to be 8 million millibuckets. But what we're gonna do is I'm gonna test it with just 64,000 millibuckets. Actually, let's do 32. Let's do 32. And then we'll emit when levels are above or below 32. Okay? Then we have this set up to active without signal. So it will import if this doesn't have a signal. And what we need to do is we're going to pair this real fast. And then we're going to take one of our steel cells or one of our barrels, and we're just going to kind of test how this works. So we got our fluid pane. I'm going to empty the oxygen in here. We have 1 bucket in there. And looking at this, it is the main line, so I want to use alright, none of the back ones are in use by the main line. So let's go with this central one here. And we'll go ahead and activate that like so. Now, as it stands, there's only 1 bucket in there. And it says device is offline, but everything's online now. It's calculating channels, doing its thing. And everything is online. And we're all good to go, okay? Now, we're going to take ourselves a full 64 barrel. and sploosh it in here. Now this should be importing it. It's doing it slowly, but it's importing it. Let's get some upgrades for that. Going to need 3. Go. 1, 2, 3. And see, it stopped. And it stopped at 20 or so, which is good. It got a little ahead, but that's fine. Being a little ahead's fine because this is pulling in a lot per tick. So it pulling a little over is fine. That is perfect. That is perfect. Now we're gonna set this back to the 8 million. And as you see, the entire tank is empty. So that's how it works. It's gonna constantly do that and populate this. Now, one thing I am going to need to do is I'm going to need to get another fluid transposer. And we're going to essentially swap the system. I happen to have exactly one transfer node. This is what we're going to be exporting into. The export will also need upgrades. So let's move this right here for now. And grab 4 speed upgrades for the exporter. And now this is full of oxygen. Now what we're gonna do with this is, just because I got to slowly get things swapped into the system, we're gonna bind this for the minute. And we're going to start doing this, and then I'm going to take these 3 and I'm going to move it into this system. And what that will do is that will empty out the first of these, which is the oxygen. The other thing I'm doing is I'm turning this off for right now. So this will fill up, but we're turning that off for right now because we're moving the chemicals. All right, and while that's doing its thing, we're going to move on and do the next one. and get them all set up. Now that the first couple of these made though, what we need to do is we need to basically finish turning off this system. So I was looking around with the streamers and realizing a lot of these are direct to tank on this side, with the exception of 2. So we're going to leave those alone for right now. And we're just going to fly around the base, and we're going to get rid of all the other ones. Now, I've already dealt with the one in there. There is one in the ore processing system I need to get, so we will get that one. We are... going to... I guess this will sort itself out once I have it set up. So we're going to remove all of these here from this system. And basically clear them. And we will rebalance the system later as far as what's going where. But we're going to be removing some of the stuff from this anyway. So this is just going to work out in the end for us regardless. Because when we purge all of the various things out, we're gonna need that going there. Now this one right here, this one's the only one I'm not going to remove right now. Or I could remove it actually and just have it turn into garbage again. I may end up doing that. I may end up making it go to the garbage for right now while we sort it out. Because we got enough glycerol and it's not really doing anything at the moment other than making epoxy. So yeah, let's grab a fluid trash can. We will need another one for the new system here in a few. And let's get this over here and sorted. All right. And now that one's cleared. So that takes care of this processing system here. Oh, we're gonna need this one dealt with as well. I think I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna set up a trash can right here for now. And we'll just flush those fluids for right now. I know it's needed for stuff over here, but we'll take care of it. because we're doing all of this tonight. All right, so it looks like all but this is done. That's empty, empty. Okay, cool. And what I'm gonna do with these, since I am changing the export settings for these, is I'm gonna basically set up conduits on each of these and move the filters over. In fact, I think I'm gonna get that going now every time I switch one. That way, we don't end up having too much overboard. And I think if I pop each of these and clear them, it'll be fine. Or if I should say, instead of popping, just pull it out. Because I don't want crafting anything right now. And because we're gonna completely overhaul this system, I'm not worried about it. Although, I'll keep the sulfuric acid one. I want to empty that one. The rest of this looks like it's going direct. We'll turn you off. What are you doing? We'll turn you off. This is the epoxy processing. Okay. Let's turn that off as well. This turns on and off based on inventory level. But if I turn that off, it can't put it in the system. Now the only ones that remain are going to be the Starlight and a few others. So let's purge these. Alright, so we got that. Over here, I think. Well, in the maintenance section, I have one for sludge. So we will have to remember that is there. And I believe ore processing is the last one that we have to pull up. And since we don't have anything processing right now, we're fine on that regard. Okay. I think that's all of it. I think. There might be one down here sending to the sulfuric tank. Now that I think about it. Yep. And it is... Oh, it's hydrogen. Where are you going? Oh, you're going to the hydrogen section. All right. All right, so we're going to let that fill up. That's going to kind of cap out those. And that just made me think about something pretty important. And that is this. This is producing hydrogen chlorine constantly. Alright, so we're gonna want to get this sorted sooner than later. Alright, do I have fluid conduits on me? I do not. We're gonna want the chlorine and hydrogen done now. Just because we need that system running for the fuel system. And I will need one more fluid trash can. So let's get these set up. Let's move our filters. And get everything ready. And since I'm moving everything off of these, we'll pull those up and then all right, so each of these are going to be insert. And we're going to go through and grab all our filters. So this one is oxygen. This one is nitrogen. You are argon. Helium. Is this deuterium? Okay. Are you carbon? Cool. All right, now we got those in there. Now, like I said, the next ones we absolutely must get set up is the stuff for the fuel system. So what we're gonna do is we got these configured, and we're gonna build two more real quick just for nitrogen and hydrogen. And or not nitrogen, hydrogen, hydrogen and chlorine are the next two we're going to do, and we're going to get those also set up with outputs, and we're going to kind of figure out in a roundabout way how we're going to set up this system as far as the conduits go, because I'll be honest, I actually don't know how I was gonna do it. I had ideas. I think I'm gonna do this and have the conduits coming outside. And then we'll turn round robin off. We'll have the export. And that's how we'll deal with that. And because we have the gap in it, as we add them, we don't have to necessarily immediately add the network thing. And then finally, the very top of this, we'll have this one. with a negative priority and an insert. So it'll check all of these first, and then if it doesn't fit, it'll show it in there. All right. I need you, possibly you. All right, that goes in there. Fluid import. Let's put this away for right now, clear up some space. All right. Cool. Active without. Okay. This one is going to be hydrogen. All right, where is oxygen? Or not oxygen, hydrogen. Here you are. All right, and that is going into the system. That is sending out of the system. All right, so that one is configured. And we have the filter in place. That is now connected. 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 2 more left that I can do on this run. Oh, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this one's 8. All right. Last was brown. Now it's blue. And the import bus. Export. And you are going to be the chlorine. Which I think at the moment only goes to that, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. All right. And we'll pull this over here and also get rid of that. Is that one? Yep, that one's already done. Good. Yeah, there's only one using it. That's what I thought. I thought only one system was using this right now. Okay, cool. In fact, I think the one system using it is this. Which we're getting rid of. So, yeah. All right, so let's get this last thing attached. Is for the chlorine, cool. And then what we'll do is I will configure that to be that. Actually, let's make 2 of them. And this particular one will go into here. And that'll take care of both of those. And then the other one will go into this one. And this old one will just shift right click to clear it. Okay. And we'll be using that one shortly. This is the rubber. All right, so these are our, we're starting to see the byproducts here. You got the acetone right here, ethanol, methanol acetate, glue, fluorine, ammonia. Now the ammonia, I'm actually thinking about completely trashing the ammonia, or turning it into something else. Like, is there anything else nitric acid is used for? Because that's what I turn it into. But I don't think so. So I think I'm actually going to get rid of this. I think I'll do that by, at some point, getting a mass fabricator made. Maybe by deconstructing some basic tanks and getting the quantum parts out of it, because like I got 3, and if I take a look at the basic mass fabricator, see, that's LV. Basic quantum. If I deconstruct it, I get MV. So 2 of them will build an MV mass fabricator. Not the most ideal for me, but I may use that and just make a whole bunch of material out of this. But we'll save that last and figure that out, because I'm going to be changing that system and get rid of the acetone. The sludge. Oh, where do I even begin? I don't even know which one I want to do next. I think it's going to have to be sulfuric acid. And wasn't one of these diluted sulfuric? Right there. So that's 8. 9. And I don't know if you guys know this, but Puppy has arrived. And he is sitting right next to me, destroying everything in his power. For he is Puppy. And I mean, of course he's going to be destroying stuff. I just got done cleaning the house today, so it's like the perfect time. He's just doing his part to make sure I'm okay. Now this one I'm going to set at 9,000 buckets initially because I want all the sulfuric. Alright. This one will require a node. Did I put that buff? Yeah, I did. Okay, cool. And do I want to... No, are you pulling through? You're direct. You're direct. Okay. Did I bind it? Yeah. Alright, so we're gonna slap this in here like so. Pull this one out. Just put it back in here for now. But I think we're going to be removing that soon. And we're going to let the diluted stuff clear itself out. Although now that I think about it, I think I'm going to do diluted next, and that will be the last one on this chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. So diluted will be the last one on this chain. Apologize for that bit of noise. I have a dog who's not listening at the moment. Well, all right, so that basically gets us this row, this first row of them done. That's our first 10 done. Thank God. We still got a lot of them to move and do, but that is essentially the first row. And what we can do with this is, because we know that this is the setup, we can continue building from there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap up this episode right here for this recording, and what we'll do is offline we will finish building out this section and removing all of these tanks and getting everything converted over. And once it's all converted over, we will be back and we will continue with the next episode, which will involve starting our automation. So with that, I wish you guys all a wonderful night.